bow as we see Dick Patton put boot to ball. Let's have some fun this evening on West Yorkshire Radio, also going out on Bulls TV. Keighley have first use of the ball. They will play left to right towards the Bradford supporters here at the LNER Stadium. And Keighley already on tackle 2. 25 out from their own line over on the far stand side as Chester Butler just holds down in the tackle, and Bradford have conceded a set restart here as Keighley have first use of the ball. So the tackle count has reset and it's reloaded as we see Keenan Tomlinson offload the ball out of the tackle. Keighley are up to halfway here. Keswick in at dummy half. Big strong carry here from Roby. Roby's up and away. He's inside the Bradford half of the field. We've had 60 seconds gone. Already it's the Bulls having to do some early defending as Alex Stevenson. Lovely ball here, and the Keighley Cougars are going to open the scoring around and underneath the post. I think it's going to be a try here to Ben Crooks. I'm not quite sure who the Keighley player was because it happened that quick, but it's Bradford 0, Keighley 4. It's underneath the post here, and Keighley have struck first blood here. We'll have to wait for the PA announcer to announce the try scorer. They're giving it to Ben Crooks. Yeah, we called it. We said it was Ben Crooks who opened the scoring, and it is Ben Crooks. And that has come off the back of a very shaky, sloppy start for Lee Greenwood and the Bradford Bulls. They conceded the set restart, the 6 again, early in the tackle count. That then saw Keighley go straight down the middle of the park, and from underneath the post, Harvey Spence adds the conversion, and without having any time or any feel, it's Bradford 0, Keighley 6 here. So Ben Crooks, Harvey Spence with the conversion. We didn't even put the batteries in the kick predictor, but it's Bradford now who will have to get their game back underway. And before we've had a chance to even get a feel of things, it is a lovely, lovely ball from Stevenson and a lovely angled run through some very, very porous Bradford defence. And already Keighley, they know what this fixture means to them. Charlie Graham's playing the ball, 20 out. Back down the middle, it's going to go here with Brendan Santee. Santee's going to be playing the ball here. Apologies for that disruption. We've got a couple of Keighley fans shouting a few obscenities, but we're going to continue as we see Alex Stevenson on the halfway line here for Keighley. Keswick now gives the ball once again to Roby. He goes long and high this time, taken on the full by Walker. Bradford's first real period in this game where they've got ball in hand, and Walker, with Bradford trailing 6-0, he's going to play the ball 20 out from his own try line. They're moving it now on the far stand side here with Chester Butler, the former Halifax and Huddersfield man. He's up to the Bradford 40-metre line. He's 10 shy of halfway. Here goes Ben Blackmore. Blackmore 15 metres there, 5 inside the Keighley half of the field. Lilly to Patton, Patton to Holmes. Holmes fronts up, brought down there by Spence. Also involved in the tackle is Brad Walker. Quick scoot from Lilly. Fenton Rogers will carry the ball down the middle. And they're 20 metres out here, Bradford, from the Keighley line on the 5th and last tackle. Foggy Johnston's calling for the ball. It's with Patton. He's kicking towards Gillen Johnston. Johnston's taken it. Johnson offloads it behind him. Brad England's knocked the ball on over the line, and it's going to be a 5th tackle play on the power play. It's close as you can come. It was a great take from Foggy Johnston. He offloaded the ball as he was being tackled by the 2 Keighley defenders, Keenan Tomlinson and Harvey Spence. Brad England was in support on the inside. He just couldn't take it, Brad England. Scoreboard remains the same. Bulls 0, Cougars 6 here at the LNER Stadium. So Bradford now back defending here, trying to stop this green, white and red Keighley attack. They're 10 shy of the halfway line. Keswick once again in there at dummy half. Walker now, Stevenson. Ball goes out wide towards Crooks. Former Hulkingston Rovers man's brought down. 5 inside the Bradford Bulls half of the field. It's the Betfred Championship round 12 fixture. We've already seen wins for Winders, Barrow, London, Featherstone, Sheffield, Batley. Who will win game 7? They're on the last. 10 inside the Bradford half of the field. Harvey Spence targets Jack Walker. And here goes Walker now. Electric pace from Walker. Walker's just made 30 metres and Jack Walker's rolled over 15 shy of halfway. Penalty to Bradford. Good play from Walker. Quick, fast, effective play of the ball. Holmes in at dummy half. Keighley encroaching in the 10. First penalty of the evening, and it's gone the way of the men in orange. It is the Bradford Bulls. Patton boot to ball. Full set of 6 coming up here for Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble's Bradford side here. It's a short turnaround. We're in Newcastle under the floodlights on Friday night. Here goes Chester Butler, carry 1, 30 out, tackle 2 now with Rogers. 25 out from the Keighley line. Keenan Tomlinson, one of 4 former Bradford players in this side here, bringing down Fenton Rogers. Now it goes to Patton, to Holmes, Holmes to Walker. Walker's taken his eyes off the ball, and that was good defence from Keighley. They all rushed up over on that left-hand edge, and it was Stevenson, Graham and Crooks. Walker just took a little glance at that unrushing Keighley defensive line. Scrum head and feed here to Keighley. Bradford's first error in open play. We've had 6 minutes gone on the clock at the LNER Stadium, and it's still Bradford Bulls 0, Keighley Cougars 6. If you're just joining us, it was a try after 2 minutes from Ben Crooks, who opened the scoring. From the base of the scrum, Keswick now to Spence. Spence to Crooks. Crooks over on that left-hand edge. First tackle gone. 10 shy of halfway. Bradford defending with Blackmore and Butler. Back to come here with Charlie Graham, the former Hull FC man. 5 shy of halfway. He was a try scorer in that round 7 fixture at Cougar Park when Keighley put the Bulls to the sword by 34 points to 6. They're on halfway here, Keighley. Keswick's calling for a quick play of the ball. He'll get one from Sante. They're moving it over on this right-hand edge here with Tomlinson, the Jamaican international. He's brought down 15 metres inside the Bulls half of the field. Spence looking lively, gives the ball to Walker. Walker kicks early in the count. Foot race for Stevenson. Walker's come up with a horror show at the back. Stevenson recovers the ball, and it was the kick through from Walker. And Alex Stevenson, just as he did in that round 7 fixture at Cougar Park, he capitalises on a horrific mistake from Jack Walker, and it is 10 points to 0. And you've got to say, Bradford not really getting a feel in this game. So Alex Stevenson with the try. Harvey Spence, the kick predictor's already at 100%. And the Keighley supporters, they're chanting Cougars and easy. Good evening, we've got Matt Murdoch Gilbert joining us. Bulls at home, Leicestershire Beast, afternoon all. 2 from 2 for Harvey Spence. Bradford 0, Keighley 12 here at the LNER Stadium. A real horror start for the Bulls. They're down by 12, and we've had 9 minutes gone on the clock. And this is such a pivotal game in terms of what's happened already this weekend. Can the Bulls pick themselves back off the canvas, because they've been battered and bruised inside the opening 9 minutes here? Patton once again with the restart. Graham tackle 1, Crooks tackle 2. Keighley on the restart, leading 12-0, 20 out from their own line. As we see Charlie Graham take his second carry in this set, and he's all rolled over tackle 3. Baldwinson and Rodgers in defence. Walker now gives the ball back to Mark Ione. Mark Ione's brought down there, 20 shy of halfway. Much better defensive set here from the Bradford Bulls. Noah Jagger joining us from Bulgaria. Bradford down by 12 points to 0. Mary's joining us as well from Australia in Perth, as we see Harvey Spence on the last. Target Walker, who's let the ball bounce. Keighley have picked it up here with Tomlinson, but the referee will penalise the Cougars. Keenan Tomlinson offside inside the 10. Relief and respite for Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble. Walker's confidence clearly shot. He's come up with 2 key errors in the opening 10 minutes, and he'll be calling on all that experience from his Super League years with the Leeds Rhinos and Hull FC, as the ball's heading towards our commentary position, and it just misses us by a couple of feet, and it lands behind us. There was a lovely lady who we met in Greggs this morning before we got the train to York. We were here yesterday. She didn't want to be named, but she says she's going to be listening at home, so you know who you are, wonderful lady. She was behind me and Jack in the queue as we were getting some sausage rolls. Here goes Baldwinson, quick play the ball. Bradford now on the back of that penalty. A 20 out from the Cougars line. Can they get some points on the board here? Josh Johnson playing it loose forward. Carries it in. He takes 3 Keighley defenders out of that defensive line. And from where we're sat here, there's a huge hole over on the right. The Bulls go on the right. Lilly, Patton, Baldwinson, Holmes, quick passing. Walker towards the Cougars line. Jack Walker's caught 5 metres out. Last tackle. Ball goes back here to Holmes. Kick through from Holmes. Stevenson, body on the line. Reads that one superbly. Well, we said there was a Keighley gap over on that far stand side, and that's where the Keighley Cougars were shifting and drifting that defensive line. And no sooner have the Bulls turned over the ball 5 metres out from that Keighley line, they have conceded a penalty for a high tackle. So 10 metres out from their own try line here. Boot to ball from Walker into the roof of the main stand. So we've had 2 penalties apiece here now. We've had 12 minutes gone on the clock. They're going to tap the ball here with Crooks. 20 shy of halfway. Mark Ione's brought down in a barnstorming collision with Josh Johnson, the former Widnes Vikings man. John Kieran, the Vikings, putting the sword on Swinton. 38 points to 6 in game 1 yesterday afternoon. Once again, Keighley are up and over halfway here. They've really taken this game to the Bulls. 13 minutes gone on the clock. The Bulls trail 12-0. Here goes Stevenson. Stevenson beats 1, beats 2. Gives the ball out wide towards Crooks. Crooks going towards the corner. Crooks is 10 metres out. He's brought down there. Good tackle from Chester Butler. And now Keighley are going to shift the ball in front of the Bradford post with Spence. Spence to Santi, the Italian international. Evades 1, evades 2. Santi towards the line. He's going to reach out. No, he's not. He's fouled at the last by Foggy Johnston, but he's left his wing position compromised. Keighley flowing out wide. It's gone forward. It's a horror show from Keighley. If Keighley show composure there, Foggy Johnston's come in. He's made the tackle on Santi. They're just passing out wide. The simple match was there were 3 on 2. Keighley have just bombed an almost certain try, and that's their second error of the game. Just shy of 15 gone here at the LNER Stadium. It's a summer bash 2023, and it's Bradford 0, Keighley 12. So from the ensuing play, the ball 10 out. Ben Blackmore, tackle 1. Lily's in there at dummy half. It goes to Bodine Thompson. 2 changes made by Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble this evening. Thompson and Holmes in for Wallace and Flanagan. And the 5 metres shy of halfway here with Ben Blackmore, who gets a very quick play of the ball. And this is much, much better from the Bradford Bulls, who are now taking the game to Keighley. They're running hard and direct. Lilly, not brought down, offloads the ball, picked up by Josh Johnson, but Josh Johnson has knocked the ball on. So we just give the Bulls a little bit of praise for trying to instigate some second phase. They've come up with the error just inside the Keighley half of the field, their third error of the evening, and with exactly 15 minutes gone on the clock, Bradford 0, Keighley 12. Well, likely Greenwood being assisted by club legend and former coach Brian Noble. Interim head coach Jamel Coleman has called on the help of Jody Hedges and Jake Webster. So second meeting this year after both sides met at Cougar Park in round 7. Scrum here taken by Spence. Spence gives the ball to Story. Robbie Story, Keighley's top try scorer this term. Quick play the ball again. Keswick now. Moagoro carries the Cougars into the Bulls half. Second tackle gone. The 45 out from the Bradford line. Centre field position. Good defence there from Lily and England. It's going to be another quick play the ball. Keswick to Ione. Gives it there towards Walker. Walker to Spence. Spence takes on Patton and Baldwinson. And he's fell 25 metres out on tackle number 4. One remaining here for the Cougars. Keenan Tomlinson, 15 metres out, on the last tackle, centre field position. They're going to look for Spence. Spence targets Gill and Foggy Johnston, but Walker will take that one in the in-goal area, and Walker wants to get a quick tap on the 20-metre line, and he'll give it here to Foggy Johnston, who scored 5 tries this term, scored a couple against Swinton last time out as Bradford got the result they were after against Swinton. They're down by 12 if you're just joining us. Brad England carries Bradford up to halfway. Lilly, Patton, Blackmore now using his power and pace. 35 metres out from the Keighley line with 2 tackles remaining. The Bulls haven't had much possession inside this part of the field, and Rogers is going to take him just outside the 20-metre line. They're on tackle number 4 here. 1 to go for the Bradford Bulls, who are down by 12. Lilly now to Holmes, to Thompson. Thompson's brought down 10 out. Last tackle here for the Bulls. They're going short side with Holmes. Holmes out wide to Blackmore. Blackmore back inside to Butler. Touched by a Keighley hand. It's going to be a double knock on, and the Bradford Bulls are going to get head and feed here at the scrum, according to referee Tom Grant. He will stop the clock. He will say first knock on was by the Keighley Cougars, and it was Ben Crooks who come up with the error. So, scrum head and feed to Bradford. 10 metres out from the Keighley line. The bookies had Bradford as favourites for this game. They're down by 12. 18 minutes gone on the clock. A full set of 6, 10 metres out. Bradford attacking the stand that houses the Cougars fans. Lilly takes it out. Holmes towards the corner. Holmes can't get the ball to Walker or Blackmore, and it's another penalty. This one's gone to the Bulls. Keighley offside from the scrum. So, an early penalty conceded on tackle 1. Back the come, quick tap, Josh Johnson, 5 metres out. Once again hungry, suffocating. Keighley Cougars defence here. Lilly now to Holmes, to Padden, to Walker, to Gill. Foggy Johnston, he's felled by Moagoro, and he's still 5 metres out here. Can Bradford get some points on the board in this opening quarter? Fenton Rogers taking the line on. Wrapped up there by Harvey Spence. Another quick play the ball. Gill's in at dummy half. Patton, Holmes, Bradford stretching the Cougars. Butler, Lilly, Blackmore towards the corner. He's in at the corner by Blackmore. The try will be given. It's an acrobatic finish in at the corner from Ben Blackmore. Try number 2 of the season for the former Dewsbury Rams man, and that was good play. Confident passing. Patton to Lilly. Lilly to Chester Butler, and on that left hand edge Bradford attacking past Crooks and Graham, and somehow Ben Blackmore reaching out to touchdown in at the corner. We've had 18 minutes gone on the clock here. Ben Blackmore with try number 2 of the season, And Patton, who was 8 from 8 against Swinton, he's kicking at 84% for the season. He has this opportunity right on that far stand touchline. There wasn't much room that Ben Blackmore had to work with. He contorted his body and he somehow squeezed in, with the touch judge happy with the try. Kick predictor here for Patton, 44%. It's right on that far stand touchline here at the LNER Stadium. And this one, will it close the gap further still? It's gone across the face of the post. Patton can't convert, but Bradford are on the board. Bradford 4, Keighley 12. We've had exactly 20 minutes gone on the clock. And Ben Blackmore, a crucial pick-me-up here for the Bradford Bulls. So Patton, 8 from 8 against Swinton. 0 from 1 this afternoon. Spence gets proceedings back underway. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. We make the game call at Glenelg. Let us know where you're listening in the world. We've got people in Bulgaria, we've got people in Perth, a couple in Paris listening. A lot of people joining us from Bradford. But Jake Webster and Jamel Coleman will be absolutely delighted with the start here from the Keighley Cougars. Bradford on the restart now with Lilly. Lilly to Holmes. Holmes to Baldwinson. Baldwinson's up to halfway here. Bradford just up in the ante, you feel. Lilly back on the inside to Rogers. Rogers beats one. 15-metre run here from Fenton Rogers. 35 metres out inside the Keighley half of the field. Patton's got a kick for Foggy Johnston. Stevenson takes it and is immediately clattered there by Foggy Johnston and Kieran Gill. We've got people listening in Manchester. It's West Yorkshire Radio, West Yorkshire Rugby League, Bulls TV. Bradford 4, Keighley 12 here at the LNER Stadium. Well, whatever happens in the weeks ahead, I still think the Summer Bash has some merit and should stay as a competition, but I certainly would try and take it to new territory. Blackpool's not available as Keighley play the ball 20 out from their own try line, with Tom Doyle coming on the field for Kyle Keswick. And Keighley are in a bit of a hole here, so they're going to kick early in the count. No surprise they've targeted Jack Walker, who will turn defence into attack. And Walker, on tackle 1, he'll play the ball 8 metres shy of the halfway line in a centre field position. We've just seen Sadiq Adebaye come on the field as well, as Mark Ione leaves the field. Foggy Johnston plays the ball on the halfway line. He now goes down this left-hand edge with England. And now Lilly goes scootering out a dummy half. Gives the ball to Patton, to Johnson. Good second phase play there from the Bulls. They're still 20 metres out, but they've got 2 tackles on this set of 6. As now Patton carries Bradford in the red zone. Holmes, no look pass to Walker. Walker's felled, 15 metres out here. What will Bradford do? They're a couple of metres in from this main stand touchline. Patton's going to kick and target Foggy Johnston. Gill's going to get the ball, and Kieran Gill is going to sack the ball in. He's going to twist and turn. He'll put the ball down in the Keighley goal area, and the Bradford Bulls have hit back. It's 2 tries in 4 minutes. We've had 23 minutes gone on the clock. Keighley 12, Bradford 8. Kieran Gill, try number 9 of the season. Patton with the assist, put the ball into the air. Kieran Gill took it ahead of Mo Agoro, and Mo Agoro, he was badly out of position, was Mo Agoro. He was like rabbit in the headlights. Kieran Gill, using his height and weight advantage, took the ball in and touches down in this main stand corner. It's another difficult conversion attempt here for Dec Patton, but Bradford have narrowed the gap after that shaky, slow start. This one's on Patton's favoured right-hand side. So, kick predictor, it's notched up from 44 to 61%. Can Dec Patton add a crucial 2 points for the Bradford Bulls? The Keighley supporters banging the sides of the stand, trying to put him off. but that one is going to go to the left hand side again. Well, these missed kicks at goal could be costly, but crucially for the Bradford Bulls, they have got their second try, and it is game back on here at the LNER Stadium. 24 minutes gone here. It is Bradford Bulls 8, Keighley Cougars 12. Well, these first 24 minutes have just absolutely flown by. So Bradford 8, Keighley 12. Harvey Spence gets us back underway. Kicks long towards Patton. Lets it bounce. Johnston behind him. Foggy Johnston caught on the chest. Crunching tackle there from Robbie Story. Kieran Gill goes in at dummy half. Here goes Brad England. Brought down there by Keenan Tomlinson. Big board cruncher attack on that one. Eben Skurs just come on the field, and Skurs making a huge impact. Santi has to roll him over alongside Arabeu, and now they're moving in centre field here as Kevin Appo, the Prince of PNG, has come on as well. Lee Greenwood, Brian Noble rotating the forwards to try and give them more impact, and Nathan Mason also out there on the field as well. Bradford playing the ball on the last tackle on the restart, just inside the Keighley half of the field. Patton, high hanging kick, target Stevenson. Stevenson absolutely clattered by that Bulls kick chase of Brad England and Kevin Appo, and now the Bulls putting that defensive squeeze on because Keighley 15 out from their own line on tackle 2. The Bulls have got the Cougars where they want them. 25 gone here. So triple interchange made by Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble. Skur, Appo, Mason. Doyle's in there at dummy half. Gives it to Crooks. Crooks is rolled over 10 shy of halfway, and they're on the last tackle, so they're going to kick from deep, the Cougars. Spence, no dangers, and remember. Bounce of the ball is kind for Patton. Patton takes that on the full. Gives it now to Walker. Walker rolled over on his back, tackle 1. 14 minutes to go here in this first half. Bradford 8, Keighley 12. Crooks and Stevenson giving the Cougars a 12-0 lead after 9 minutes. The Bulls have hit back with Blackmore and Gill, and here's Fogging Johnson on tackle 3. 5 inside the Keighley half of the field. Lilly to England. Brad England punches a hole, and he's 30 metres out on tackle 4. Lilly now to Mason on this left hand side, and Mason will carry Bradford inside the Keighley 20 metre line on the last. Lilly now to Patton. Patton to Johnston. Ball's gone into touch. Bradford running short side on the power play, looking to expose Agoro and Story, but the ball's just gone ahead of Gill and Foggy Johnston. Straight into touch. Ironic cheers from the Keighley supporters in this crowd here at the LNER Stadium, and it remains Bradford 8. Blackmore and Gill with the tries. Cougars 12, Crooks and Stevenson. So 10 metres out from their own line. Keighley are going to try and generate some much needed momentum to try and get themselves back in this game. They do lead by 12 points to 8, but all the momentum and ascendancy is currently with the men in orange, and that is the Bradford Bulls in their special 2023 Summer Bash shirt. It's very tropical, very summery, as the sun's gone behind the overcast clouds here in North Yorkshire. Once again, Spence is going to kick early on tackle 4, 30 out from his own line because the Bulls' defence is doing its job, and now Bradford will turn defence into attack. Walker's brought down 10 shy of halfway, rolled over here. Butler in at dummy half. Blackmore, the try scorer who got the Bulls come back up and running, is inside the Keighley half by a couple of metres, and they're now literally a couple of metres on that left hand side as they move the ball back across the face of the post, and they run direct down the middle here with Kevin Appo, the Papua New Guinean international. He's brought down 10 inside the Keighley half. Lilly to Patton. Patton back on the inside to Gill. Kieran Gill attracting a lot of Super League interest. He's one of the Bradford players out of contract as Jack Walker goes out of dummy half, and he's brought down 10 metres out from the Keighley line. Bradford on the last tackle, 10 metres out. Patton Crossfield kick, looking for Blackmore, taken by Graham. Great take there by Charlie Graham, put under pressure there from Chester Butler and Blackmore, and now Keighley will look to come from deep inside their own half. 28 minutes gone. It's still Bradford 8, Keighley 12 here at the LNER Stadium. Interview started last week for the vacant head coach's position. Jason Hurst confirmed they will continue this week, with Lee Greenwood, Brian Noble taking charge of that round 13 fixture on Friday night at Newcastle. And it's going to be 3 penalties apiece now, as Keighley are awarded a penalty because a Bradford player has taken one of the Cougars players out off the ball. The referee, Tom Grant from Leeds, just making sure everything is A-OK, and it will be Brad Walker who will find touch inside the Bradford half of the field. So Keighley, they had not had a full set of 6 inside the Bradford half of the field for a good 10-15 minutes, so this is going to be a crucial set of 6 for Jamel Coleman and Jake Webster. The 40 metres out here, the Cougars. Tackle 1, Doyle. Ball's gone on that left-hand side as Keighley look to try and put a bit more daylight between themselves and the Bulls. They're 25 metres out here. Back it goes across the face of the post with Walker to Spence. Spence to Story. Robbie Story's brought down, 15 out. 20 in from this main stand side. Walker now to Adebayo. He's brought down on tackle 4. Doyle. Ball's going out the top here to Crooks. Crooks is in at the corner. One hand put down by Ben Crooks. Keighley back in front with daylight. 16 points to 8. And a crucial score here at the LNER Stadium, because that try is going to put the Cougars back in front by 2 scores, and it's a second try of the afternoon for Ben Crooks. So going to be a difficult conversion attempt from Harvey Spence, but Ben Crooks, try number 2. And it's come at a crucial point in this game, because we're in the 32nd minute here. 8 minutes to go to half time, and the Keighley supporters joining in now with the Halifax fans joining in with the Keighley fans. Well, just looking at the body language of the Bradford players, Bodie Thompson back out there on the field. He's offering some words of wisdom, part of the Bradford leadership group alongside Jordan Lilly, Michael Lawrence and Jack Walker. Paddon's 2 missed kicks at goal, aiding the Cougars thus far. Can Harvey Spence continue his 100% record? That's from the touchline, and the lead by 10 here. It's 18 points to 8 in favour of the Cougars. We have 8 minutes to go to half time on West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Mick the Game Corner Glenelg. How crucial is that penalty? How crucial is that try? Because it's put daylight between the 2 sides again. Patton back underway with the restart. So Harvey Spence with that with that conversion, as Bradford now look to put that defensive squeeze back on the Cougars, literally, who are playing the ball a couple of metres out with Charlie Graham from their own try line. Moagoro tackle 2. Just letting the hard-working forwards now do a little bit of that drainage, because the damage has been done on that left-hand edge. All Keighley's tries coming on that left-hand edge past Butler and Blackmore. Arguably the second try to Stevenson off the Jack Walker error on the kick. The 30 out from their own line here, the Cougars. Ellis Robinson plays the ball 10 shy of halfway. They're on the last tackle. Harvey Spence once again will kick towards Foggy Johnson and Walker, and the former Leeds Rhinos man had a spell at Featherstone. We'll see Foggy Johnson play the ball 30 out from his own try line. 6 minutes to go to half time here. Bradford 8, Keighley 18. It's the Battle of Bradford Part 2. Are the Cougars about to win the series for 2023? They'll meet at Odsell, but Nathan Mason has been caught high here. 4-3 the count in favour of the Bulls. Penalty for a high tackle on Nathan Mason on halfway. Patton kicks towards the corner, and Bradford now 20 metres out from that Keighley try line. Are the Bulls about to get back in business here and post try number 3 of the evening? Sker will take the first carry and the first tackle. Rolled over by former teammate Tom Doyle, one of 4 former Bradford men in this Keighley side. Here goes Patton to Holmes, Holmes to England. England shrugs off 1, shrugs off 2, back inside to Holmes. Holmes keeps the ball going and he's rolled over 2 metres out. He wants a quick play the ball, does Tom Holmes. Lilly to Appo. Appo's over the Keighley line. He's held up though. Scrambling defence from Alex Stevenson. 3 Keighley defenders putting the body on the line. Harvey Spence was one of those defenders as well. We're going back to the 10. Reset, recharge, reload. Bradford 8, Keighley 18 here with 5 minutes to go to half time. Appo will play the ball. Lilly to Mason. Mason goes surging forward once again underneath the post. Lilly, Patton, Holmes over the top. Blackmore back on the inside. Jack Walker will cross for his second try for the Bradford Bulls, their 3rd of the evening. And just after they've come up with those 2 errors at the back, Jack Walker gives Bradford the lifeline. It was lovely, unselfish play from Ben Blackmore. He sucked T. Graham and Crooks. He created the space. He created the gap. And it was that lovely pass back on the inside to Walker, who just shooted sharp on the diagonal. Very direct from Jack Walker. His second try in Bradford colours. And Bradford back in this game, 18 plays 12. Patton, can he get his first conversion attempt of the evening? He's missed with the earlier efforts to Blackmore and Gill. And what a time to score. 4 minutes to half time. Kick predictors saying 50%, 50-50 chance. Patton, he's finally found the radar. We've got a 4-point game here at the LNER. Blackmore, Gill, Walker with the tries. It is Bradford Bulls 14, Keighley Cougars 18. And this one is turning into a real championship classic. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. As we get back underway here. Okay, our Bradford fan wants a shout out. There you go. So 2.5 minutes to go to half time. Keighley leading by 4 points as Bradford now come quick and fast with Kieran Gill. Every time there is a conversion, by the way, the flame cannons right in front of us, they toast the eyebrows as we see Brad England brought down, Tenshire halfway. Lilly once again to Appo on that inside ball, and Appo's up to halfway on tackle 4, quick play the ball. Sker goes down the middle. Keighley's defence holding firm, they've not conceded any 6 against. Lilly now to Patton. Patton will target Stevenson. Stevenson takes it on the full, and Kevin Appo's gone high on Stevenson there. A bit of a lazy arm swing from Appo. No real malice or intent. It will just be a penalty. Tom Grant clearly saying to Kevin Appo, watch your tackling technique. The Keighley supporters wanted a card. It's 4 penalties apiece here, and it's going to be a chance for Keighley with 90 seconds left on the clock to find the ball into touch. Tenshire halfway. Damo Hunter joining us. He's worked all day at the stock cars at Odsal. He's listening to this one back in Bradford. Robbie Story is going to tap the ball and carry it up to halfway. Keighley, they've got a set of 6 here, and it'll be inside the Bradford half of the field. Walker now gives the ball to Dan Parker. Parker's rolled over. 5 inside the Bulls half of the field. Doyle now. Adebayo taking on Lily, England and Skur. There's 40 seconds left at the end of this first half. Spence now to Tomlinson. Tomlinson offloads the ball back to Doyle. Doyle brought down there by Skur and Lily. A tackle left for the Cougars. 28 seconds left. Danger for the Bulls here. Stevenson has it on that left-hand edge. He can't get past Thompson and Appo, and that's going to be the last tackle here. And this could be the final play of the first half. Keighley leading the Bulls, 18 points to 14. It's a kick towards the corner. It's heading towards Charlie Graham. He slings it back to Doyle. Tom Grant's going to say there's been a knock-on by Keighley. He's going to stop the clock with a second left. And it's going to be a penalty here to the Bradford Bulls. The Keighley kick chase, offside inside the 10. So 5 penalties to 4 with 8 seconds left on the clock. Mysteriously, 8 seconds have just been added. It was heading towards 0. So this will be the final play of the game. Hooter sounds. Butler, Lily, Holmes. Holmes to Patton. Patton to Walker. Walker to Gill. Gill to Foggy Johnston. Johnston brought down there by Moagoro. Bon. At some point in the second half, you feel. So, just waiting for the cannons to stop. Brad Walker, boot to ball. We're back underway here. 40 minutes. The final 40 minutes of Summer Bash 2023. We've already seen some excellent games already today. Newcastle 32, Sheffield 38. That was helter-skelter stuff before a real arm wrestle between West Yorkshire heavyweights, Halifax and Bartley. Bartley overturning a 12-point deficit, posting 20 unanswered points. Can the Bulls overcome a 12-point deficit with those early tries? Lily will kick early in the count here towards Stevenson. Stevenson takes it. 20 out from his own line. So Bradford, with 30 seconds gone of the second half, they were just moving the ball down the middle part of the field before that kick there from Lily out of dummy half, turning Keighley around and immediately putting the focus on the Bulls' defence now to try and keep the Cougars at bay. Eben Skur and Chester Butler in defence for the Bulls. Mo Agoro out of dummy half. He's brought down here by Nathan Mason. The 5 Shire halfway here. Walker goes in at dummy half. Walker's away. Inside the Bulls half of the field is Brad Walker, and he's brought down there on the 5th and last. 40 metres out. They're going to go from Doyle to Spence. High hanging kick from Spence. Johnston takes it under pressure. Johnston's lost it. He's appealing for a penalty. Is Foggy Johnston. He's saying he was taken out off the ball by Robbie Story. The officials confer no penalty, and it will be a scrum head and feet to Keighley here inside the opening 2 minutes of this second half. It's Bradford 14, Keighley 18 here at the Summer Bash, and the Keighley supporters can sense and smell blood here. So scrum head and feed to the Cougars. Stevenson, he will put the ball in. Doyle takes it out, and it's a lovely inside ball, but it's gone forward to Keenan Tomlinson, and the 2 former Bradford men, Doyle and Tomlinson, they've combined to give a huge sense of relief here to the Bulls. They're no longer defending a full set of 6. 20 out from their own line. They've got the scrum head and feed. So an early error apiece from the Bulls and the Cougars. We've had 2.5 minutes gone here. Scrum head and feed to the Bulls. Holmes will put the ball in. Bradford trailing by 4 points, remember. Crooks, Stevenson, and then Crooks with his second. For the Bulls, Blackmore, Gill and Walker. So 3 tries apiece in the first half. Just the goal kicking, the difference. Brad England's caught high here. There was a swinging arm in the tackle. And Bradford are being awarded penalty number 6 of the evening here. And that's going to give Dick Patton a chance to fire the Bulls deep into the Keighley half of the field. Bradford will move back in the top 6 with victory here this evening, especially after Toulouse's defeat to London and Halifax's defeat to Batley. The 20 metres out here now with Fucking Johnston in at dummy half. Lilly gives the ball to Mason. Mason's brought down, rolled over on his back. Bradford knocking at the Keighley door. Early doors here in this second half. 3 minutes gone. Patton to Skur. Skur down the middle. 12 metres out underneath the post. Quick play the ball. Lilly now to Holmes, to Thompson. Bodie Thompson's through a gap here. Can he ground the ball? It's back-to-back penalties. Tom Holmes has been taken out in back play. Penalty count shooting up now. 7-4 in favour of the men from Odsal. And Tom Grant says penalty because Holmes has been impeded off the ball with the shoulder. So penalty to Bradford. 10 metres out in front of the post. Skur, he's caught high, and it's now 3 penalties in quick succession. And Tom Grant's going to stop the clock because Keighley's ill discipline is a cause for concern from the officials. They've just been spoken to of Keighley. So 3 penalties in quick succession. Bradford down by 4. They're not going to go for 2. Lilly to Apo. Apo takes 3 defenders, 2 metres out from the Keighley line. Can Bradford strike first at the start of this second half? It's going to go towards Skur, to Mason. Mason's in the goal area, but he's stood tall. He'll go back to the 10. Bradford reset, reload, recharge, and they're going to play the ball 10 metres out to the left-hand side of the post. Back down the middle, they're going to go here with Holmes. Holmes to Walker. Second phase from Walker. Walker's over the line, and Jack Walker, his second try of the evening, and it is just exactly what Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble would have wanted. They have capitalised on ill-disciplined Keighley defence. No effort to tackle below the shoulder, and the Bulls back in this one. Bradford 18, Keighley 18. We've had 45 minutes gone here, and Jack Walker has try number 2 of the evening. It's his 3rd of the season, and whilst there's rumours abound he might be leaving Odsal for Craven Park next year, the Bulls will do best to enjoy Jack Walker whilst he's a Bradford player. Patton will attempt this conversion attempt 10 metres in from this main stand side. Can Bradford take the lead for the first time this evening? Patton will pilot this one between the posts, and it's Bradford 20, Keighley 18. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. The Bulls lead the Cougars, and it's just the tonic that Greenwood and Noble ordered as Keighley's ill discipline has really hampered them. Well, Tom Holmes, no ACL damage out with the ankle. He missed the last 2 games. He was involved in that passage of play with Patton and Lilly. And here goes Kevin Apple on the restart, swatting away the Keighley defenders like flies. Holmes now, Butler, Thompson. Baldwinson's on the field here for Mason. Holmes is in a dummy half. Back down the middle with Blackmore. They've made 60 metres, the Bulls. They're 40 metres out from the Keighley line. Lily's in there at dummy half. He decides to go for the markers, Jordan Lilly. Nearly loses his shirt. And he's rolled over 30 out from the Keighley line. 6 minutes gone at the start of this second half. Patton on the last. It's touched the Keighley arm. Gone out on the full. Ball's not played at. Referee Tom Grant says play the ball to Keighley. 30 out from their own try line. Bradford lead the Cougars 20 points to 18. Just a quick reminder, Friday night we're up the A1, we're at Kingston Park, we're live on air at 7:30, Newcastle against Bradford. We'll let you know where we are on the Sunday as Alex Stevenson is brought down. 10 shy of halfway, tackle won, the former Bradford Bulls man. No Dane Chisholm for the Cougars, so the pressure on Lloyd Roby and Harvey Spence in the halves, but we've seen Brad Walker also getting involved in the creative juices of the Cougars engine. Here's Walker again, Roby now to Stevenson. Stevenson gives the ball to Crooks, the former Hull KR man, brought down by Holmes and Butler. Quick play the ball from Crooks. Graham, he moves the ball lateral, centre field position from the former Hull FC man. He's rolled over on his back. Bradford, they've got a couple of tackles to defend here. Keighley 20 out with Doyle. Doyle back to Graham. Graham kicks for himself. Walker puts body on line. He's dumped on there by Graham. And also Robson involved in that tackle. And they're now going to come back down the middle. 15 out from their own try line with Ben Blackmore. Quick play the ball. Lily to fucking Johnston. Flanagan's not playing, but he's out there running the water on and delivering the instructions from Greenwood and Noble, who are stood on the touchline alongside Michael Lawrence here. The 10 shy of halfway, the Bulls. 9 minutes gone of the second half. Lily now to Thompson, the Australian, up to halfway. Last tackle coming up for Bradford. The lead by 20 points to 18. Patton kicks towards Mo Agoro. Bounce of the ball is kind. Agoro tries to outchase Brad England. Good defence from Brad England. He just comes straight across, wait for the legs, and now Keighley in a real pickle because Appo's come across and Agoro has took tackle 1, Tomlinson tackle 2, and they're on tackle 3, 30 out from their own try line. Doyle in a dummy half to Stevenson. He's come up with the error, and that was Jordan Lilly. He went straight for the legs, and look what it means to the Bradford players. They all come and pat Jordan Lilly on the back like a little Yorkshire Terrier snapping at the feet, and it's going to be scrum head and feed to the Bradford Bulls. 30 metres out from the Keighley line, and Bradford now have a huge chance in this game to strive for consistency and put a consistent set of 6 in place here. Jamel Coleman, Jake Webster, they have the conference call on the touchline. Scrum head and feed to Bradford. 4 errors apiece. Ball's taken out the back of the scrum here by Lilly. Penalty to Bradford, and this is in a very kickable position because the referee Tom Grant says Keighley left the scrum early and we're offside. No longer a differential penalty. Bradford no, going for 2. They're just going to tap the ball in centre field. Baldwinson tackle 1. He'll be disappointed that Leeds United have been relegated. He works at Ellen Road as his day job. Lilly now to Skur to Appo. Appo on that left hand edge, attracting a lot of green and white shirted Keighley attention. Back across to the face of the post to go with Patton to Holmes. Holmes dancing with delight, and Crooks gets him on the shoulder and brings him down and fells him 5 metres out from that line. Blackmore's in there at dummy half to Thompson. Bodine Thompson fronts up, taking 3 Keighley defenders with him. 2 tackles left for the Bulls. Lilly, bullet pass to Patton. Patton to Appo. Appo tries to crash over, and his run is halted a metre out. Last tackle, last play for the Bulls. Patton kicks through for goal, and Kieran Gill in front of the travelling Bradford supporters. Touches down. Kieran Gill is in double figures for 2023. It's his 10th try of the season, and the Bulls firmly in control of this game now. 24 points to 18. Last tackle play, Patton, pinpoint accuracy in the in-goal area. Well, you might feel like Bill Murray on Groundhog Day. It's a pattern that keeps repeating itself and repeating itself. That angled, delightful kick along the carpet, pounced on in the in-goal area. Nothing that Stevenson or Charlie Graham could do. They were both out of position. There was the space there, and Kieran Gill timed his run to perfection. So 2 tries apiece for Kieran Gill and Jack Walker this evening. Patton, can he take the Bulls out to a double score lead here? Yes, he can. It's 26 points to 18. The Battle of Bradford, Part 2, is going the way of the men from Hunsel. The men wearing the orange shirts. And once again, Keighley's ill-discipline, giving away the penalties, giving the Bulls the field position to force the error from Alex Stevenson, and the rest to say is going to be immaterial. But Bradford just need to keep this going, this momentum, newfound momentum. They know that they have got the Cougars on the rack here. So we're back underway on West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Mick the Game Caller Gledhill here. Game number 7 of the 2023 Summer Bash Series. Brad England tackle 2. He's 25 shy of halfway. Centre field position here for Brad England. Lily's in there at dummy half. Goes down the middle here with Blackmore. Blackmore 10 shy of halfway. They're on the 3rd tackle here. Referee's going to say Blackmore's moved off the mark. He'll stop the clock. We go back to the 40-metre line, and we've got 25 minutes left here. It has been an almost near perfect 15 minutes from Bradford as Eben Skur carries Bradford 10, 15, 20, 25 metres there from Eben Skur over on that left-hand side, deep into Keighley territory. Lily now to Appo. Appo's brought down 30 out from the Keighley line. Last tackle here. Lily, Patton, Holmes. Holmes over the top to Blackmore. Blackmore will take on Graham. Kicks ahead towards Patton. Safety first from Alex Stevenson. The former Bradford Bulls youngster put under immense pressure. That kick through from Blackmore. An invitation for both Holmes and Patton. Stevenson safety first. First goal line dropout of the evening. Forced by the Bulls. This is just shaking a little bit more energy and juice out of the Keighley tank as they now delay the game, and the referee's going to stop the clock. Someone had thrown the ball into the Bradford stand behind the post. We're back underway here as Jordan Baldwinson calling the furnace, steam coming out of the engine. He's brought down tackle 1, 30 metres out centre field position. Lily, Skur, 20 metres out tackle 2. We've got 25 minutes left here. Lily back on the inside there to Holmes. Holmes to Patton. Patton to England. England's lost the ball into a Goro. Bradford's 5th error of the evening. Their first in the second half. And that's a huge let off here for Keighley. This game's still in the balance. 24 left on the clock here at the LNER. Bulls 26, Cougars 18. It was 18 points to 14 at half-time in favour of the Keighley Cougars, but back have come the Bulls with tries from Jack Walker and Kieran Gill. So 26-18 here. Chance here now for Keighley, but they're getting the ball 10 out from their own line. And Bradford's defence thus far, despite that shaky opening 10 minutes, really causing problems for the Keighley Cougars. Well, if this is sustained, and I'm almost certain was going to potentially be in for a grandstand finale. If Keighley have anything to say about this, this will move the Bradford Bulls firmly in the playoff places ahead of that visit to bottom of the table Newcastle on Friday evening. Keighley now kicking early in the count again from Harvey Spence. Walker tracks back, stops the ball from going into touch. Foggy Johnson now has to run the ball back from his own try line. That was clever play from Jack Walker. Very nearly a 40-20 here from Harvey Spence. And Bradford back in possession, albeit 15 out from their own line, although somehow Blackmell's got the ball away to Holmes. Holmes with a foot race. It's Holmes against Stevenson. Holmes taking Stevenson on. Holmes fell by Stevenson. 30 out from the Keighley line, and it's a quick play the ball. Keighley have still got players running back. Bradford go down the middle with Kevin Apple. Apple goes through. Apple! Run, Kevin, run! Apple's over! A sensational try! Kevin Apple, the Prince of Papua New Guinea! He has try number 6! The Bulls cutting the Cougars to shreds here! The rampage in the way home in North Yorkshire! It's 30 points to 18! And this is more like it from the Bradford Bulls! It's the Battle of Bradford Part 2! And it's going the way of the Bradford Bulls! Well, Kevin Apple, he has now got 4 tries for the season. And what an impact player there from Kevin Apple. There was no one stopping Kevin Apple from 30 metres out. He went on the angled run. He just broke through. Nothing that Ellis Robson could do. Stevenson had made the tackle on Holmes, so he was over on this main stand side. There was just no one at home for Keighley. And Apple from 30 out, he just run and run and run and run and run. And Bradford now firmly in control of this game here. Patton from in front. 4 from 6 for Patton. Bradford 32. Keighley 18. And on West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. 21 minutes to go here in North Yorkshire. The Bulls firmly in control of this one. Well, tries from Walker, Gill and Apple. 24 unanswered points. As Keighley's restart is knocked on by Dick Patton. And immediately after that try from Kevin Apple, the Cougars have got a chance now to strike and get some points on the board. The Bulls' lead is by 14. But Patton's just come up with that knock on his own try line. So 32-18, Keighley 10 metres out from the Bradford line. Bradford, they've scored 24 unanswered points here in as many minutes to take full control of this game. Can Keighley get a response? The 10 out, tackle 3. Baldwinson going through a lot of work in defence. Here goes Walker. They've put the ball down. Lloyd Roby. It was Thompson and Apple, the 2 Bradford defenders. And Keighley have thrown the ball away. Referee Tom Grant's his time on because he realised it was a Keighley player. Bradford happy to run the clock down here. There'll be no haste. 32 points to 18. 6 errors apiece now from the Bulls and the Cougars. So if you're just joining us a little bit later than planned, 24 unanswered points from the Bulls. 2 tries to Jack Walker. He's really made up for the horror start to this evening's game where a couple of Jack Walker errors had put the Cougars 12-0 up. Here goes Chester Butler from the scrum. 20 out from his own try line. Lilly down the middle here with Baldwinson striding forward. He's wrapped up there by Keenan Tomlinson. Lilly goes to Skur. Skur wrapped up there by Santi and Story. It's S&S time as Lilly now back down the middle with Apo. 5 shy of halfway on the last tackle. They're going to look towards Patton. Patton boot to ball. Drills it into space between Graham and Stevenson. Stevenson's come up with the error. Scrum headed feed here to the Bradford Bulls. More points might be about to transpire and materialise. Well, that was an awful error there from young Alex Stevenson. Under no real pressure. You can only imagine that the bounce of the ball has just evaded him at the last moment. But it will be scrum head and feed here to the men from Odsal with 18 minutes left here. Well, Keighley have just not been in this game at all in this second half. It has been one of the strongest second half performances of the season thus far. If Bradford can capitalise on this latest Keighley error, there's a chance now for Bradford to really pour some big points here in North Yorkshire. Patton to Walker to Gill. Johnston's in the corner. Foggy Johnston. He will get Bradford's 7th try of the evening. And Bradford do capitalise on that error from Alex Stevenson. Foggy Johnston, 2 tries against Sweeton last week at Odsal. He's now got 3 in 2. And it's Bradford 36. Keighley 18, and Bradford, lovely fluent passing from the base of the scrum in a centre field position. They move the ball out wide, and it was a lovely, again, another unselfish play like Glenn Blackmore in the first half for Walker. Kieran Gill let it go out wide to Foggy Johnston, and he had too much ahead of Moagoro to touchdown in the corner. So Foggy Johnston, try number 6 of the season for him. The Bulls running away with this one now. It's going to be an emphatic victory here for Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble. It's going to restore the confidence of this Bradford Bulls side. And those defeats to Halifax and Barrow evaporating away from the memory. Kick predictor still at 46%. It's over on the far stand side. Can Patton curl this one in? He's put it wide, but it's 36 points to 18 on West Yorkshire Radio Bulls TV. We're in the 64th minute here. Foggy Johnson with Bradford's 7th try. Patton 4 from 7. Bradford 28 unanswered points here as Keighley goes short, but that's been dealt with by Chester Butler. It was a short stab kick along the floor on the diagonal, and that one was put towards the corner here. Bodie Thompson now to Blackmore again. He's brought down 5 shy of halfway. Concerned look from Jake Webster and Jamel Coleman. The smiles on the touchline from Michael Lawrence, Brian Noble and Lee Greenwood. Bradford 28 unanswered points here as Eben Skur bounces off one, brought down there by Doyle and Tomlinson, and we've got 15 minutes left here. Bradford playing the ball on halfway. Here goes Lilly inside the Keighley half of the field. They're on the last tackle here on the restart. Walker in at dummy half to Patton. Patton, high hanging kick. Another difficult one here for Stevenson. This time Stevenson does well, but he's immediately, the moment both feet land back on the field, Kieran Gill's come up with a tackle that's coughed the ball up, and we're just going to say Keighley a full set of 6 now, but they're back defending their own line after that latest error. It's their 9th error in this game, and it's that ill-disciplined penalties and error that will see Holmes out wide to Blackmore. Bradford hit 40 points. It is a derby delight for Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble. The Bulls putting the Cougars to the sword at the Summer Bash. We've got 14 minutes left. This score blowing out. Ben Blackmore, the latest try scorer. "32 unanswered points now from the Bradford Bulls in as many minutes." It's derby delight for Lee Greenwood, Brian Noble. Patton will attempt the conversion attempt on this Maidstone side, and once again that was down to Bradford's physicality in defence. Kieran Gill, he waited for Stevenson to hit terra firma, and he was immediately rolled over, and in the ensuing quick play the ball was lost, and Bradford have capitalised. Ben Blackmore, try number 2 of the season from him. Patton from this Maidstone side. That one goes between the posts this time. Bradford 42, Keighley 18, 5 from 8 for Patton. Blackmore, Foggy Johnson, Apple. And that Jack Walker try just before half time. 34 unanswered points here. This is a real strong second half showing here from the Bradford Bulls, and this is sending a very, very strong message, not just to the Bradford supporters, but those sides directly up in the table: Featherstone, Halifax, Widnes. Billy Jowett's just come on the field here as Keighley have got the ball back from the restart. So Billy Jowett's come on the field, giving Jordan Lilly a little bit of a breather. So Keighley now given a set restart as well for laying on in the tackle. It's going to be a consolation try from Keighley if they do go over for the 4th try. But certainly Bradford, they want to keep themselves scoreless in the second half. Lloyd Robe is taking the Bradford line on, he's 10 metres out. Can Keighley get themselves back in this game? There's 12 minutes to go. It'll be nothing more than a consolation score, you feel. Doyle's in there at dummy half, 5 metres out, centre field position. Doyle's going to go towards Walker. Walker to Spence. Bradford's line speed has been phenomenal. The decision making, the time Keighley have with the ball in hand, it's limited as Stevenson now tries to take on Jowett and also Thompson, and he's brought down 5 metres out. They're on the 5th and last tackle. Kick comes through from Roby. Penalty to Bradford because Keighley's kick chase. Offside in the 10. 10-4 the penalty count now in favour of the Bulls. And Bradford give the ball to Holmes, who will kick the Bulls towards the halfway line. Chester Butler will tap the ball. He's made 10 metres as Chester Butler. Well, you've probably got to argue, even if Lawrence, Arundel and Matongo are fit for Friday night's game, I don't think you can change too much ahead of that trip up the A1 to Newcastle on Friday evening, as Bradford now have come up with an error on play 2. It's Josh Johnson just shy of the halfway line. Well, let us know in the comments who the man of the match is. We've had a brace of tries to Ben Blackmore, a brace of tries to Kieran Gill, and a couple to Jack Walker. Do you give it to one of the try scorers? Do you give it to one of the creativities, the pivots? Holmes back, really sprinkling his magic on this Bradford performance here. We've got 10 minutes to go here in North Yorkshire. This could be the final ever Summer Bash. We'll wait and see what the RFL decide, and if it is to be the final ever Summer Bash, Bradford about to pick up only their 2nd ever win, as we see Morogoro come out of dummy half. He's brought down 5 metres inside the Bradford half of the field. Another quick play the ball here. Ball goes out to Walker. Roby now to Stevenson, to Crooks, and Crooks is brought down 28 metres out. Another quick play of the ball as Robson gives it there to Ione. He gives it to Santi. Santi plays the ball 20 out. Tackle left here for the Cougars. Doyle to Harvey Spence, and Spence gives the ball along the line, and that is going to be Adebayo brought down on top of the Bulls line on the last. So Spence now to Walker, kick through, chance here for Robson, touches the ball and knocks it on in the goal area. No try to Keighley, a valiant chase there from Ellis Robson. Back to the 20 we're going to go, and it's a 7 tackle set coming up here for the Bradford Bulls. Well, a lot of people are saying give the man of the match to Ben Blackmore. He does go unnoticed a lot of the time. There's still a little bit of time left on the clock. Here goes Billy Jowett, ball in hand. Billy Jowett's made 10 metres forward, and Jowett's brought down 8 metres shy of halfway here, as Bradford's final interchange will be Kevin Appo coming back on the field for Bodine Thompson. Bradford on halfway here with Josh Johnson. Jowett, good metres out of dummy half. Ball's been lost here by Billy Jowett. Not quite sure what happened then. We have a bit of a shallow commentary position here at the LNER Stadium, but I think Billy Jowett's just run over one of the Keighley players and landed a little bit awkwardly in the tackle, and the ball has just squirmed out. Bradford's 8th error of the game, but by and large 34 unanswered points. That will be the headline, as Bradford recovered from a very, very slow and sloppy horror start here. Keighley led 12-0 after 9 minutes after those tries from Brent Crooks and Alex Stevenson. That seems like a lifetime ago. Keighley 25 out now after that Billy Jowett error, with 2 tackles left. Doyle to Crooks. Crooks wrapped up by Butler and Appo. Look at that, swarming, suffocating Bradford defence. They're going on short hand side here with Mark Ione on the power play. He's tackled on the last by Chester Butler and Tom Holmes. And I'm not quite sure who the Keighley fan was who, after 10 minutes with Keighley leading 12-0, was saying, put that in your pipe and stick that in your Gleddle. Well, I don't know where he's gone. Maybe he's left the stadium and he's drowning his sorrows, but I just thought about that gentleman who was a little bit abusive towards me. If I see him on the train home, I'll tell him the score was 42-18. Potentially more. Jowett's cut through. Jowett, good tackle there from Brendan Santi. Quick play the ball though from Billy Jowett. He's held in the tackle. Tom Grant's given a penalty to Keighley because Jack Walker has pushed Brendan Santi. Well, if anything, Brendan Santi's laying on Billy Jowett here, and he goes for 10 for mine. Tom Grant's got that one horribly wrong. I don't think anyone's going to really complain, but Keighley will get the penalty. Although the touch judges have come on and they might tell Mr. Grant he's got it wrong, but that looked like Billy Jowett was being held in the tackle, potentially 10 minutes in the bin, but he's given the penalty to Keighley because Jack Walker pushed Brendan Santi. So we've got a penalty to Keighley on halfway after Billy Jowett broke clear. Yeah, penalty for the push. Keighley's 5th penalty of the afternoon, stroke evening, and they will kick to touch on the far stand side with just a little over 5 minutes to go. A lot of people saying give the coaching job to Brian Noble. Well, he's already coaching at the minute. I'm not sure if Brian Noble wants it on a permanent basis, but it's looking like the 6 training sessions that Noble has had with the team have really paid off. So Keighley, 20 out from the Bradford line, 4 minutes left on the clock. Penalty to Keighley, Bradford offside. Penalty count all of a sudden evening itself up like it mysteriously does. For those that watched the full 80 minutes, we had it confirmed that if the penalty count is more than 5, the game gets investigated. And it's another penalty to Keighley here. So all of a sudden the penalty count has practically evened itself up. And it's another penalty to Keighley because someone's kicked the ball away. So in the space of 3 minutes, Keighley have had 4 penalties. And referee Tom Grant wants a word with a touch judge. Are Bradford going down to 12? Yes they are. Who kicked the ball away? Kevin Apple's going for 10. Kevin Apple shakes his head at the officials. Well, they've got the Billy Jowett decision horribly wrong for mine. Not that it matters at 42 points to 18. But Kevin Apple is gone for kicking the ball after the penalty for the high tackle. And Keighley might fancy the chances now of ending that 34-point unanswered run. Santi towards the line, a metre out. Still 4 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Santi plays the ball. Doyle, Walker. Roby wrapped up there by Parent. Keighley have lost 15 metres on that play. They're now back on the Bradford 20-metre line. Harvey Spence. Tackle free. Set restart now to Keighley. Well, I've never seen anything like it. They've had 2 set restarts, 4 penalties in about 2.5 minutes. They've lost the ball, Keighley. Referee were about to give another penalty, but he's going to wipe the tackle count clear for Jack Walker. And Jack Walker now, and it looks like Bradford will keep their line intact in this second half. Walker's playing the ball, 20 shy of halfway. Foggy Johnston's wrapped up. Well, we're going to give the man of the match to Jack Walker this evening. Talk about a bit of, well, it's getting physical here. Josh Johnson has just decided to take the game into his own hands. The ball's ended up with Foggy Johnson on the halfway line. We've got 3 minutes to go here. Bradford in possession. A lot has just happened in the previous 5 minutes. Parent's kicking early in the count, turning Charlie Graham and Keighley around, and the 1,000 or so Bull supporters behind the posts. They're ready to count down the clock and a famous victory for Bradford. They've lost the ball here, Keighley, under a challenge from Fenton Rogers and Chester Butler. So apologies if it sounded a little bit helter-skelter back at home. Who's got the ball? What's going on? We saw 4 penalties to Keighley, a set restart. In fact, 2 set restarts in the space of 2 minutes. But Bradford have the ball after Keighley's 10th error of the evening. 15 metres inside the Keighley half. 2 minutes left on the clock. We've given the man of the match to Jack Walker this evening. He had a horror start here. Those 2 errors leading to 2 tries, but Jack Walker, the try-saving tackle, stopping from Keighley, extending their lead to 18-0. And then he's come up with 2 tries, and he's worked really well with Tom Holmes and Parent. And here he goes, Jack Walker, a lovely assist to Gill. Gill, 20, 10, 5 metres out now, Kieran Gill. There's 90 seconds left. And Bradford looking for try number 9 of the evening. Fenton Rogers runs straight to Doyle and Santi. They're still 5 metres out here, the Bulls. A famous victory for the men in orange. Patton to Holmes to Walker. Walker's just lost his footing and takes the tackle, and he's 10 out. So we're in the final 60 seconds here as the ball now goes from Holmes to Johnson. Johnson fronts up on Santi. This will be the final set the Bulls have. They're on tackle number 4. Jowett to Holmes. Holmes kicks, sorry, to Patton. Patton kicks through, and Agoro, he's the quickest player to react, and he'll offload the ball out of the tackle. And Keighley, they will close down this game here from deep inside their own half. Tom Doyle's getting to his feet, playing the ball. Adebayo now to Agoro, wrapped up there by England and Patton. 20 seconds left here in North Yorkshire. If this is the final ever Summer Bash involving the championship teams, it's going to be a famous, memorable Summer Bash It's the one where the Bulls smashed the Cougars with 34 unanswered points. Keighley kick towards Jack Walker. Walker's going to throw the ball into the Halifax and Keighley fans. Full time here. Full time. Bradford back-to-back wins. They got the result they were after against Swinton when a professional first half performance was followed up by a sloppy display after the break. Despite a sloppy opening 10 minutes here in North Yorkshire, the Bulls have probably performed the best 70 minutes of the season for mine. With